Yo, so they're just stopping on the middle of the highway. A more steep hill. Holy shit. This is tough. That's a long freaking hill. These guys know how to work. Like, everybody's always like, oh, they're just genetic freaks. Like, they're genetic freaks because they work harder than you too. These dudes know how to push to their limit, and then they go even further, and they're already more talented than you genetically. So it's like, you're just soft. Sorry. We're going to go over the insane speed and strength workout of one of the fastest and most incredible NFL running backs, Derrick Henry, and we're going to start right now. Okay, so we're going to look at one of Derrick Henry's speed workouts. And I think the interesting part real quick, right off the bat, is that Derrick Henry is one of those guys that's like not known for being fast, and then you watch him play and you realize he's fast. Well, then we're going to look at one of his strength workouts that coincides with this speed. We're going to talk about your takeaway, what you guys can do to use this information to get faster and to get stronger. We're going to give you a workout split, and we're even going to provide a place that you can go to get a program to help you with your speed and with your strength at the same time. Let's go into this, because I think Derrick Henry is one of those guys that he's sort of like defies all reasoning. You know, everybody in the NFL is like, oh, once you turn 28, 29 as a running back, you're done. And being a bigger back as well, that's historically, I'm thinking about Brandon Jacobs. A lot of people would be like, well, bigger backs, yes, they run hard, but they get so beat up because they're not as fast, so they're not as elusive. They take a lot of hits on a consistent basis, so their career's not as long, even though Jerome Bettis had a really long career too. I tend to have this feeling that I think it's just like classic stereotypes, right? Now,
I like to say Derrick, he's one of the 1%ers.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the 1%ers. I would call Derrick Henry a 0.25%er.
Across the way here has become one of the tougher hills.
So they're in Dallas. Now, I don't know if he's from Dallas or...
No, it's not really like...
I think the crazy part with...
That was a little bit more steeper, though.
Look at that drone flying around.
Hands up.
It's not really like a hill right here. Like
That's steep, though. If you run, but let's go over there. I'm with it. You want to do that?
I mean, yeah.
It's more endurance aerobic over there. It's like long distance.
Yo, so they're just stopping on the middle of the highway. If you've ever driven... Dude, if you've ever driven in freaking Dallas... Their highways are no joke. Okay, I was literally just there where we went from Dallas to Fort Worth, and I'm like, dude, this place is crazy. He also came up in a room, meaning when he was at Alabama, of just total savage running backs. Like, savage running backs. So this dude has just outlasted everybody in 0.1%, 0.25%. You know, this dude's on another level. So Henry likes the steepness here. He likes a more steep hill. Holy shit. So they stop on the side of the road.
From here all the way up.
They randomly find a place to train.
Get it going, get it going, get it going, get it going. Let's go.
Yo, this is actually like, yo, these are great shots too, by the way. Great drone shots.
That are like him. A lot of people don't run towards.
Okay, so let's talk right now. They're doing hill sprints, right? So when we're looking at speed, and so in our training system inside how we set up programming, we've got 7 exercise umbrellas. Okay, speed is one of those exercise umbrellas. So an exercise umbrella would be like technical coordination. So that's like a snatch, a clean, a jerk, something like that. Absolute strength is another umbrella. So that would be like a back squat, a front squat, a deadlift, anything along those lines, right? Then you would look at plyometrics. That's another exercise umbrella. That could be like a hurdle hop, a single leg bound, anything along those lines. Then you get to another one, speed. Speed would be some type of start work, hill sprints, resisted sprints. And so here we're looking at this, he's doing long hills. And I would say someone like
fight or flight situation.
Henry would benefit a lot from hill sprints because it wouldn't slaughter him. His legs would keep.
See where it's like, where did that come from?
With that forward lean that he's going to get when he's taking hits. Dude, this is tough. That's a long freaking hill.
And like the Navy SEALs say, you resort to your training. So the training that he does, he falls on that in those particular situations.
Dude, he's freaking huge.
Just work. You versus you, King. It's good for you. It's just work. Another day to be thankful for. I mean, the hill workout, people look at it as tough. But I would say the hill is actually one of the safest exercise workouts that we do, you know. On flat surfaces, you can pull your hamstring. You're reaching out further than you're supposed to, in a sense. This shortens that elongate time, and then it also...
Okay, so I would argue Coach Billups there, he has a great point. It is safer, and again, I actually think this is like stair jumps for plyometrics. It makes it easier when you're grounding. There's not as crazy amounts of ground reaction forces, as high of ground reaction forces, and each time you get that sort of built-in lean. Yes, theoretically you're less likely to pull a hamstring than if you were on flat surface. The hamstring issue that you would see happen on flat surfaces would be typically from bad technique, which happens a lot, especially when someone's tired. So
time on the ground, so you're also getting ankle, calf, soleus, Achilles, things of that nature, and this hill helps with that.
Dude, he's still of this, like, look at the size of this dude. He is and dude, these guys know how to work. Like, everybody's always like, oh, they're just genetic freaks. Like, they're genetic freaks because they work harder than you too. Like, you just don't know how to train hard. Like, these dudes know how to push to their limit, and then they go even further, and then they go even further, and they're already more talented than you genetically. So it's like, you're just soft. Sorry.
It kind of gives a little resistance on it.
So they're pulling chains. What a great shot. Another great shot here. They're going chain pulls while running up hills.
On the side, and they have no...
So I wonder, is this for the system, or is this just like, yo, this will be more dramatic work? I love this though. Love it.
Get that, okay?
Great. Oh, I love this. Dude, that's long. I'm trying to figure out how long this is. And so there's other dudes. Who else is out here training with him?
This hill right here is a beast, though. Reminds me of Eric Dickerson and Jerry Ryan.
Yeah, back in the day. I mean, that was the thing, too. Growing up, I remember my dad telling us, Walter Payton, Jerry Rice, they'd be out on the hills all the time on the sand dunes.
You got to have, like, mind over matter, because going upward, that incline, a little bit harder than this running straight. So it kind of give you that mentality. You gotta finish, you know.
I mean, that looks like it's at least 30 yards, maybe longer. It's always hard to get a good gauge on that stuff. I wonder what Henry benches.
Legs, baby, let's go. Fourth quarter right here.
Yeah, that is a nice angle. So I was even just thinking through, like, you're a state trooper in Dallas driving around. Hey, who's here? I mean, it's not going to be a Cowboys running back because they suck. It's not going to be Micah Parsons anymore.
You want it to be hard. I mean, that's what you do it for. So when we go into camp, your legs are ready and strong. And
dude, he's got to be hurting there. He's got to be dying, dude.
So, you know, I got to do it. I like pushing myself. That's just how I've always been. Push myself to the limit and, you know, get the work done.
This is another aspect that when we laid out the speed at like speed exercises, right? The speed umbrella. So inside of our strength training app, it's the first link in the description. We will have, you can train for football. You're a running back. You're going to have something where you can click on this and you can do sprint work. Okay. You can do speed work. So in the case of, let's say, resisted sprints, we might only have 3 to 5 sprints because we're solely focusing on the speed component. Now, if you're getting closer to season, okay, and you need to be in a little bit better cardiovascular shape, you might have 8 to 10 sprints, okay? And in that case, you won't see a degradation in your speed. You'll see an improvement, though, in your overall consistent speed endurance, because then by that time, you know, now we're looking at like, how fast will you be in the third quarter? How fast will you be in the fourth quarter? So that's how we set up our strength training. And this is how we set up our speed training inside of Peak Strength. Peak Strength is the same exact system that we use to develop running backs like Nick Singleton, the starting running back right now at Penn State. So that's the first link in the description, and you can go in there and you'll get a workout split. That split would follow where you would hit a leg day, an upper day, and then you would have a sprint day or some type of athlete day, and then another total body workout. Okay, so that's sort of how everything is built out to help improve that performance. So in this case, I would say with Henry, what he's working towards might be more speed endurance. Honestly, at this time getting into the season, it's like, okay, how well can I maintain this health? How well can I maintain this effort, consistent effort, right? Like over and over and over again. It's just, yo.
Just got one more thing to check off the list. We got everything. We got rushing titles. We got.
Is that an ambulance? Why is there an ambulance? Oh, the ambulance got called out? Like, please tell me that an ambulance got called out.
Just need to bring Baltimore that ring, baby. That's one last thing we need. It's a wrap.
10:25, they're done. There's Dallas heading back. Okay. I think now we're going to get into...
How about witness a dead body?
So 30 minutes later, he's back in the gym. Okay, so that's another note that we got to take. This dude's one of the best in the NFL, by far. Top five running back in the NFL. He just did sprint workouts on the hill. Gassed. 10:25, he's done. It is now 11:10. He's in the gym. Please keep that in mind, high school kids. Like, that's how the best of the... So we talk about... Everybody always says this. He's a freak. He's a freak because that's why he's so good at football. He's a freak. They used to say this about Nick all the time. He's a freak. Yeah, he's a freak because he trains till 10:25 and then he's back in the gym 35 minutes later to try and get a freaking pump going and get some more work done while you're sitting there feeling sorry for yourself because you want to make an excuse as to why you're not as good as that individual. That's what happens when you're someone like Derrick Henry. That's why he's so freaking good.
You're going to have times where it's going to make you want to quit, and that's the days you get better. That's the days you find out who you are, holding each other accountable on the field, making each other better every day on all three phases, and just focusing on that. Focus on getting better individually and collectively as a group, and then the sky's the limit.
Okay, so it looks like he's doing some mobility work here, some hip work. Looks like he's got a Garmin, actually, looking at that watch. Pretty sure that's a Garmin. Wonder what the Dallas fans are thinking. Man, Derrick Henry's in here. Derrick Henry's training. Derrick Henry's training. Where's our guy? I'm just kidding. I would love for anybody that I coach to play for the Cowboys, but preferably not.
It got ended early and it didn't end the way we wanted it to, but I'm excited for this upcoming season.
So he's almost going like Cossack squats side to side, little drop-offs with the kettlebell.
Everybody's going to be focused and determined.
Like a kettlebell swing.
Better than we did last year. I know everybody's working hard, so once we get together, we hit the ground.
Dude, look at the size of his freaking shoulders and his arms. It's crazy. So that's another thing. I wonder if after they hit that speed workout, okay, so it's 12 o'clock. It's about 40 minutes later. They roll through a bunch of different mobility exercises. It's almost like a expediting your recovery. You hit up that good training session, and I think that's the big factor here that we've got to pull from. Okay, a good workout split, the workout split that we use inside of Peak Strength. Again, that's the first link in the description that you guys can get in, and you can select it. You want to train for football and become better running back, better linebacker, better wide receiver, better lineman, whatever it is. You're going to get that workout split. Minimum, I would recommend 3 to 4 days a week that you get in and you start training. Okay, then you're looking at someone like Derrick Henry's he's extremely strong, right? Insanely strong. He's working on his speed. He's working on his endurance. He's working on that mobility. That's another aspect that we have inside of Peak Strength. It's at the end of every program, every day, you're doing mobility work. We saw the timeline there. He's going out. He's pushing himself. Looks like he's on the verge of puking everywhere. And then what's he doing? He's going back into the gym. He's getting more work done, and he's doing mobility work to just expedite that recovery. And it's doing that over and over again. And here he is, 30, 31 years old, and he's still one of the best. And that's the biggest lesson that we can take. 1, if you want to improve your speed, go run on hills. 2, if you want to improve your speed endurance, get more reps on hills. 3, if you want to make it even harder, tie a chain behind your back. 4, make sure afterwards you're getting good mobility work. 5, make sure you're on a good long-term program. That program is going to be exactly what you need to get yourselves to the top. If you guys want more content like this, click on this card right here, because remember, freaks, if you want to become a champion, you've always got to cultivate your power. Peace.